I was in high school. It's a really great arrangement. You know? Right, yeah. He has it just on lock. Oh, really? Yeah, he plays it off. Yeah. Ready? You guys ready? Okay. So guys, right at 3 o'clock, when that clock changes, we're playing pocket circumstance. Okay? Be ready. Be ready. 3 o'clock on the dot, we are starting. Be ready at 2, well, in a minute. You got it. You nailed it. All right, be ready. Let's go. Let's go. Who's on snare? Bassoons, are you watching?
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victoria Bustillos. Welcome to the Horizon High School graduation. Please stand while Spectrum, under the direction of Mr. Jay Goodmanson, performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, the free, and the hope of the
Please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Michaela Postma. In the last 30 years, this amazing woman has impacted a plethora of students and staff members. We are equal to all we meet because of the kindness in our hearts. Please welcome to the podium the 2019 dedication speaker, Dr. Catherine Davenroy.
Welcome. It is my privilege to offer an invocation for today's gathering. As a teacher and lover of language, I must of course invoke the power of words. And as a daughter, I must also invoke my mother. I say to you today what my mother still says to me. Use your words. Use your words to listen to the words of another, to listen for the familiar, and to hear the unfamiliar. Use your words to read. Use old words to read new ones. Read words to see yourself and to imagine the lives of others. Use your words to write, to question, to ask, to wonder. Write your words to each other, and write your words in a letter to your mother. And finally, when the time is right, use your words to speak, to say hello, to say I'm here for you, to say I'm sorry, to say I love you, and to say goodbye. For today is a goodbye to high school, and equally a hello to tomorrow. So let's invoke the power of words today to listen to one another and to write the next chapter in the book of you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Sophie Castillo.
In her 11th year in administration, 9 of which she served as the school's assistant principal and activities director, please welcome to the podium the woman who makes everything in our hot community possible, the principal of Horizon High School, Mrs. Kim Brady.
Thank you, Sophie. Graduates, parents, family, and friends, on behalf of the staff and administration of Horizon High School and the Adams 12 5-Star School District, I welcome you to the 2019 Horizon High School Commencement Ceremony. This is an afternoon of great excitement and pride for everyone. I would now like to welcome to the podium Victoria Bustillos and Sydney Zitlow.
Good afternoon. It is with great pleasure that we introduce the school board, district dignitaries, and school dignitaries, many who are present today. I ask that all honored dignitaries remain standing until the introductions have been completed. Ms. Kathy Plomer, School Board President.
Ms. Laura Mitchell, School Board Vice President.
Ms. Jamie Lockley, School Board Director.
Mr. Brian Batts, School Board Director.
Mr. Norman Jennings, School Board Secretary.
The Adams 12 District leadership includes
Mr. Christopher Godowski, Superintendent of Schools.
Ms. Tracy Dorland, Deputy Superintendent.
Ms. Priscilla Strawn, Chief Academic Officer.
Mr. Lee Peters, School Executive Director.
Mrs. Tara Pena, Schools Executive Director.
Mrs. Kim Brady, Principal.
Mrs. Erica Fleeman, Assistant Principal.
Mrs. Lisa Sonner, Assistant Principal.
Mr. Marty Tonges, Assistant Principal.
Our keynote speakers are Mrs. Risha Ingram and Mr. Frank Yabara.
And as previously introduced, our dedication speaker was Dr. Catherine Davenroy.
It is my pleasure to introduce the senior honorees for the class of 2019. The valedictorian is Audrey Harold. The salutatorians are Sophie Castillo and Tanner Ortega Santo Pietro. Adelante delegate is Victoria Bustillos. Honor Society president is Michaela Postma. And I am Sydney Zitlow, the SOAR commissioner. We ask the audience to now recognize the senior honorees for the class of 2019. Senior honorees, please be seated.
Horizon's Chamber Choir, Spectrum, Bella Voce, and all senior choir members will now sing Anyway by Martina McBride. It is presented this afternoon under the direction of Mr. Jay Goodmanson.
Spend your whole life building something from nothing. One storm can come and blow. life ain't good. And when I pray, it doesn't always turn out like I think it should. But I do it anyway. I do it anyway. It's a dream, seems so out of reach. And tomorrow will be better than today. Believe it anyway. Love someone with all your heart for all the right reasons. And the moment they can choose to walk away, love them anyway. God is great, but sometimes life ain't good. And when I pray, it doesn't always turn out like I think it should. But I do it anyway. Do it anyway. Your soul out singing the song you believe in. But tomorrow they'll forget you ever sang. Sing it anyway. Yeah, sing it anyway. I sing, I dream, I love
After having classes with her for all 4 years of high school, it's no wonder she's our valedictorian this year. I have watched her persevere through challenging classes with such poise and grit, and she has always been the community's example of what an ideal role model should look like. Please give a warm welcome to my dear friend and to our very deserving valedictorian, Audrey Harold.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Parents, teachers, administrators, and of course, the graduating class of 2019. Ooh, yeah, let's hear it. All right. I am really honored that I'm one of the students who gets to stand up here and help represent you all today. And I don't just say that because it's like the thing you say. I say that I'm honored because I look back on the past 4 years and I genuinely cannot think of one single moment when I wished that I were a part of any other class, at any other school, in any other place. And I owe it all to you guys, to the people, because it's the people in our lives who change our lives. First, to the administrators who run a school of like 2,000 students, yet somehow still find the time to help us plan project events and fundraisers, and to come support us in person at our games and performances, and to the teachers whose desks, on their off hours, seem like they're always open for a little bit of last-minute test prep, some essay writing help, or even just some friendly advice and conversation. I think that I speak for the whole senior class when I say thank you. We appreciate you. And now, to the senior class. Guys, we have played sports and played music. We've ran clubs and ran to class. Every single one of our years here, our marching band made it to state, our football team won the homecoming game, our knowledgeable team made it to state, and the robotics club won their state competition. There's absolutely no doubt about it. I am really, really lucky to know all of you guys. But there is a problem. And the problem is, I know that some of the most impactful people of my high school life might also be those people who I speak with for the last time ever in this very room. Maybe it's right now, maybe later tonight when we're all upstairs, or maybe we've already had our last ever conversation. Think about that. Our last ever conversation with these cool people. And now, think about this. So biologically, right, there are 4 neurochemicals that contribute to feelings of happiness. We have dopamine, we have oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And when we enjoy a positive social interaction, we experience a release of oxytocin. When we have a life full of positive relationships with other humans, our serotonin, the kind of long-term happiness chemical, it's at its highest levels. And then as we unconsciously anticipate future social interactions, we're driven along happily by dopamine. And now, how cool is that? How cool is that? Biologically, chemically, we're literally wired for social interaction. And speaking of wired, if you guys will have your phones on you, take them out right now. The senior class, take out your phones if you have them. Okay, so with those phones, first I want you to think about someone, a classmate, who's had a really big or really small positive impact on your high school experience. Think about that person. It could be like the super cool girl you met in that random second semester PE class senior year, and she was great. Or maybe the guy whose elbow you touched once because you thought he was someone else, and then he didn't let you forget it. Whoever they are, pick your people. And now, with those phones, make a calendar event, write a reminder, set an alarm, however you want to do it, for 6 months from now. That puts us at November 14th, okay? And for the label of that event or reminder or alarm, tell yourself to reach out to those people who you're thinking of. It could be like a quick text, a Snapchat message, an Instagram DM, however you want to do it, but do it. Do it because nothing but good can come from positive interactions with other humans. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a second, put them all in there. And now, I brought a really big sign because they said, we better make sure the kids put their phones away. And we all know the sign, we've all seen the sign. So, phones away, please now. That was almost bad. Okay, thank you guys. Now about that suggestion that I just gave. It was the closest thing I could think of to a scientifically proven method of boxing up a little bit of happiness to give to all you guys to take home when you left tonight. And really, 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 that's what I wanted to do for all you guys. But we are all moving on. We're going forward. And in order to maintain the happiness that comes from these relationships right here, we also have to think about our future relationships. So a few notes on these future relationships. Guys, we are going to meet so many people. We're going to meet people with different opinions than us. And about them, I say converse with them, learn from them. We're going to meet people who are new and unfamiliar, and it might not be comfortable or easy to get to know them, but in choosing not to do so, we forfeit chances to grow. We will meet people who look up to us, And about them, I say engage, have a conversation. Why not make somebody's day? We're going to meet people who we look up to. And about them, I say work hard every day so that they want to know you just as much as you want to know them. Tell them how you feel. As we leave here tonight, let's all go out of our way to connect with other people. Let's make connecting with people something we practice every single day and can consistently and actively improve. Because the benefits, the happy neurochemicals, the career-advancing connections, a sense of identity, a definite purpose, all of these things come from our relationships with other people. And these sources of happiness, guys, they are sitting all around you, so don't forget about them. They're out there in the future, waiting to meet you. And with that, I will send you all on your way. Go do good things. Go connect with people. Thank you all for being my people and for the high school experience of a lifetime.
The Horizon High School Band, under the direction of Mr. Tim Daly, will now play The Last Centaur by Rosano Galante. In accordance with Horizon High School's tradition, the class of 2019 is excited to hear a few words from two amazing teachers. Over the course of my high school career, I've had the opportunity to get to know Mrs. Ingram very well. And anyone who has had her as a teacher knows that her ability to facilitate her students' learning can only be surpassed by her kindness and charisma.
Now, Mr. Frank Ybarra is our other dedication speaker for tonight. And Mr. Ybarra has taught math for 28 years, the past 15 of them here at Horizon. But when Mr. Ybarra teaches math, it's not just about math. It's about respect, it's about responsibility, it's about perseverance. And Mr. Ybarra has also been a football coach, this year a track coach, for 32 years. But when Mr. Ybarra coaches, it's not just about winning. For the athletes, it's about learning how to lead, it's about consistently improving, and it's about giving nothing less than their best. Both Mr. Ybarra and Mrs. Ingram have helped shape so many of us students into the people who we are today, and it is no surprise that the class of 2019 voted to hear a few last words of their wisdom before graduation.
Without further ado, please welcome to the stage Ms. Risha Ingram
and Mr. Frank Ybarra.
Well, good afternoon, graduates, family, friends, and faculty.
Thank you, senior class, for allowing Mrs. Ingram and myself the opportunity to speak to you today.
We are both truly humbled and honored to be here today, and hopefully we can instill some wisdom, suggestions, and motivation as you embark on your life's journey. I like the saying, life is not about the number of breaths you take, but about the moments that take your breath away. I'm sure you've heard that somewhere before, but what does it really mean to you? Well, I would like to give you some things to think about when you consider those moments that will take your breath away. Soon you will be headed out on your own. Maybe you're headed off to college. Maybe you're headed into the military or into the workforce. Remember, though, you don't have to have it all figured out yet. Be curious and open-minded. Ellen DeGeneres once said, "Follow your passion. Stay true to yourself. Never follow someone else's path. Unless you're in the woods and you're lost and you see a path, by all means, follow that." If you really want something, go after it with everything you've got. Just make sure that it's something worth going after, and don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. I am here in front of you, after all. But take baby steps and stop comparing yourself to others. We can't all be as entertaining as Mr. Toronto or Mr. Cialone, or as brilliant as Mr. Taylor, or as nice as Mrs. Lay or Miss Gonzalez, or as loud as Mrs. Verbecki. But we all still have something special about us that we can contribute. If your gut is telling you something, listen to it. We all have that voice in our heads that tells us to be aware of something. Sometimes we just need to be still and listen to it. But we've all made mistakes. I know I have. Have I learned from all of them? Probably not. I have learned that agreeing to give the graduation speech was probably not my best decision 17 hours and 5 speeches later, but I am killing it right now, so it was time well spent. But more often than not, those mistakes did help me grow. I'm just thankful that we didn't have cell phones back when I was growing up, so that there's no video proof of those mistakes. You are judged by the company you keep, so find yourself a good set of friends that will challenge you to live your best life and be a light in the darkness. Remember, even though bad times are guaranteed to come along, they will make the good times so much better. On a more practical note, be sure to eat as many meals at home as you can. You will soon miss those, and trust me, ramen will get old quick. So learn how to cook and clean for yourself. And lastly, take care of yourself mentally and physically. Enjoy every second that you have. Trust me, time will fly by, like really fly by. And before you know it, you could be sitting in the audience here watching your kid graduating from high school.
Great job.
Thanks.
All right, seniors, the world that we live in is constantly changing, and it is much different than when us two and your parents were in your shoes. But one thing seems to remain constant in all successful people, no matter the generation. And surprise, it is not how smart one is. If you want to be successful in any endeavor, your level of success will most likely be directly correlated to your attitude and your effort. What Mrs. Ingram and I have learned through our combined 50 years of teaching is that the most successful students we have had were not necessarily the most intelligent, but those with the most positive attitudes and who gave the most effort. Attitude can best be described as life is 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react to it. For those of you that know me, and Candy made a comment earlier, you know that I use a lot of quotes in my job as a teacher and a coach, but I feel like they apply to everyday life. Two of my favorite quotes: if you think you can or cannot, you are right. This quote is saying that your attitude controls everything. It controls how hard you're going to work at something and how successful you most likely will be at that something. The other quote is earned, never given. That is a quote that the Marines use. There are no shortcuts to success. You must work hard and have a passion to achieve what you want. It may not mean much to you now, but in the Marines, taking shortcuts and training may cost a life. Two of the most common things I hear from students in class are, when are we ever going to use this? And you need to give me an A, Mr. Ybarra, or I'm not going to get into the college I want and my parents are going to be upset with me. I am not sure that you all will need to know every concept you learned in high school for your career, but I am sure there is a reason, some underlying reason, why you went to school. How about the college cheating scandal? Those people who were trying to go around the admissions requirements to get their kids into college definitely did not live by the earned, never given motto. By cheating the system, a lot of them are losing money and maybe serving prison time. My advice to all of you is to have great passion in your desired career path. Have the attitude that you can accomplish anything. Believe in yourselves. Put forth your best effort, and you will get it done. And when you do get it done, it will mean more because you will have earned it. That's when you will experience success and great pride in what you have accomplished. As Mrs. Ingram and I started this whole process out, we brainstormed ideas that we wanted to leave you with today. We kept coming back to the same theme. How can we, meaning all of us, continue to make a positive impact on this world? We want you all to make that 90% of how you react to life as positive as possible. So without further ado, here are our suggestions of random acts of kindness for you to begin impacting attitudes in a positive manner.
Okay, good job, Mr. Ybarra. Okay, number one, find time to give compliments. It costs nothing, takes very little time, and could really make someone's entire day. Mr. Ybarra, I want to thank you for being up here with me today and giving me the comfort of standing beside me. But I also like to say you look very stellar this evening, and I really like the gown.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Number two, while you're out, compliment a parent on how well behaved their child is. Parents, your children sitting before us have represented what you stand for very well and are more than prepared to make this world a better place as they leave high school and become adults. You should all be extremely proud.
Number three, let someone who has only a few items to purchase go in front of you in the checkout line.
Number four, when you encounter somebody in customer service who is especially kind, take 5 minutes to tell their manager how you feel.
Number five, write a kind message on the mirror with a dry erase marker for yourself, or for your roommate, or for your significant other, or for a family member.
Number six, send a gratitude email or text to a coworker who deserves more recognition. So I saved this. I'm going to text it to Mrs. Ingram right now.
This text message says, I want to thank you for all of the time and effort you put in this year to make not only myself, but the math department the best it can be. Your efforts did not go unnoticed, And for that, I say thank you. Well, thank you, Mr. Ybarra.
You're welcome. Number 7, send a thank you message to military personnel or the men and women at your local police and fire station. I noticed some back here, but I want to recognize all the members of the military, police, and fire that are in attendance and tell you thank you for all that you do.
Number 8, when you hear that discouraging voice in your head, tell yourself something positive because you deserve kindness too. Practice self-kindness and spend 30 minutes doing something you love each day that you can.
And finally, number 9, everybody is important. Learn the names of the security guard, the person at the front desk, the custodian, people that you see every day. Greet them by name. Say good morning. Say hello to strangers and flash them a sincere smile. It is so easy, and we are sure it will make them smile and feel good about themselves.
Horizon Class of 2019, we leave you with this. Go into the world and do well, but more importantly, go into the world and do good. Congratulations, Class of 2019.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ybarra, Ms. Ingram. I am now pleased to present the class of 2019. At this time, I would like to ask Superintendent Mr. Chris Kadowski and Board of Education President Ms. Kathy Plomer to please come forward and to receive the Horizon High School graduating class of 2019. Would the graduates please rise? As the principal of Horizon High School, I would like to certify that the graduates standing before you have met and in most cases exceeded the requirements for graduation placed upon them by Horizon High School and the Adams 12 5-star School District and the state of Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2019. Graduates, you may be seated.
Thank you, Ms. Brady. The presentation of the graduating class from principal to superintendent and then on to the Board of Education has a long history founded on the most basic of math skills. The journey to graduation culminates with our counselors confirming that each of you have successfully completed at least 23 credits spread across a variety of disciplines and electives. In a couple of years, in response to state legislation, we'll add some additional quantitative requirements, largely in the form of test scores, as a condition for graduation. The changes we've made in public education over the years to increase the depth, breadth, and quality of your education are all well-intended steps to better prepare you for a productive life. In the end, though, it's the qualities that we cannot measure, the values and beliefs held deep in your heart and soul that are most on my mind as I prepare to present your class to the Board of Education. The recent shooting at the STEM school in Highlands Ranch, along with those that occur frequently at places of worship, places of employment, institutions of learning, shopping malls, and entertainment venues throughout our nation, remind us that quantitative measurements alone fall well short in identifying the characteristics we desire in you as you leave us as graduates and enter our community as young adults. It's certainly important that you're able to speak and write clearly, have solid math skills, understand scientific principles, have learned about history and structures of government, and appreciate the importance of the arts, health and exercise, in a well-balanced life. I submit that it is more important, however, that you leave us with hearts and minds committed to respecting all others who share this life with you and to breaking loose from the destructive shackles of hate that permeate so much of our society. We found an endless number of ways to hate one another. Some choose to hate based upon race or color. Others choose to hate based upon sexual orientation, religious beliefs, economic status, political affiliations, and a long list of other characteristics and values. Social media channels make it easier and more convenient than ever to spread the hate through pinpointed and group messages alike. As a result, we've become all too familiar with situations in which those who spew the hate or have been the recipients of it take violent actions as their most amplified means of expressing hate or responding to it. I am grateful to those of you present today who have taken steps to change the way we interact with one another, whether it's through active participation in Day Without Hate activities at school, or through developing a relationship of respect and kindness with those much different than you. I am proud of those of you present today who have, through experiences at school, with family, or by participation in community or faith institutions, internalized the values of genuine respect, care, and concern for all others, notwithstanding their differences. And for those of you who find yourselves too often consumed with hate or too comfortably familiar with it, my hope is that you'll make this area of growth and development your top priority. The quality of your life and the quality of all of our lives depends on it. And so, given Ms. Brady's certification that you have met or exceeded the district's academic requirements for graduation, and with hopes that each of you will take forward with you a commitment to values of respect and kindness to all, it is my privilege to accept this class of 2019 and present you to the Board of Education for recognition. Congratulations.
We're almost there. Good evening or good afternoon. It's a great privilege for we on the board to be with you. I've had the privilege of attending many graduations in my time on the school board, and one of my favorite traditions is the students getting to select their teacher speakers and the teachers who read the names of the graduates. These individuals are selected for many reasons. Maybe the students like their sense of humor or their engaging teaching style, or the way they listen or relate to them every day. But the underlying reason is that they are teachers who have had an impact. Graduations are a time when we get the chance to honor those who let us know we matter, and to honor those who have played a supporting role in our lives, whether it's our teachers, our families, or our friends. Being recognized as someone who has made a difference in another person's life should be considered the pinnacle of success. The beauty of defining success in this manner is that it's something we all can achieve every day. You can always be the person that someone else needs. We can't solve the world's problems, or maybe even our own some days, but we do always have the power to make a difference for someone else through a kind word or a gesture that lets them know they matter. As Karen Samuelson once said, be the reason someone believes in the goodness of people. You are graduating into a divided world, but I have confidence that you all can make a difference by the power of your ideas, the kindness you show, by the relationships you develop, and by becoming your best selves. You are the hope for our future. So congratulations to the Hawks class of 2019. Before we move on to the rest of the ceremony, it's a tradition in Adams 12 to recognize those students who are going to serve their country through the military. So if you are serving in the Air Force, the Navy, the Army, please stand up, the Coast Guard, any branch of the Maryland. Great job. Thank you for your service to our country, no matter what branch of the military you're serving in. We so appreciate it. And we'll go on.
I would like to ask Mr. Godowski and Ms. Plomer to join me in the distribution of diplomas to our senior honorees. Valedictorian, Audrey Harold. Salutatorian, Sophie Castillo. Salutatorian, Tanner Ortega Santa Pierto. SOAR Commissioner, Sydney Zitlow. Honor Society President, Michaela Postma. And Adelante Delegate Victoria Bustillos. Senior honorees, please be seated. Dignitaries and junior escorts, please take your places, and we will continue with the distribution of diplomas.
Face down. Can I move these in? There you go.
And if somebody doesn't have a card, just stick the blank card in there.
If they don't have a card, we won't say their name, so they have to have a card.
Oh, they have to have a card. Good for you. Okay, we'll just do this in case you want to just place them in there. This on the side. Yes. So just put them face down and then let them into the
Leslie Yuvith Acivas Gallegos. Dorianne Amanda Adamczewski. Grace Colleen Adams. Azasia Dejan Albo. Danielle Nicole Allen. Isaiah Lee Alvarez. Louis Philip Rush Alvarez. Arianta Bronte Anderson. William Prescott Anderson. Winter Lynn Anderson. Alea Biscara Anglo. Nolan Ray Hugh Annis. Michaela Ann Apodaca. Brandon Michael Jerome Aragon. Makai Luis Ariano. Alan Antonio Armendariz. Blake Richard Arnold. Melissa Lee Arnold. Cameron Ray Arpin. Ashley Jordan Arts. Kaylee Ann Atkins. Jordan Reese Bach. Mackenzie Anna Bakel. Alyssa Rose Baker. Taylor Jordan Barella. Lexi Michaela Barnes. Javier Francisco Barrientos III. Kaya Madison Bausch. Denon Rule Beckloff. Jeffrey Lloyd Bell.
Brianne Madden. Tristan Alexander Mestis. Vanessa Genesee Magana. Donovan Marcus Maldonado Fascina. Peyton J. Malecki. Jaylene Umaya Manzanares. Madison Nicole Marlott. Devin Adam Marquez. Caitlin Ray Martin. Rowdy Porter Martin. America Natalia Martinez. Caden J. Martinez. Francesca Kalika Martinez. Jaden Michael Martinez. Kennedy Christopher Martinez. Nick Anthony Martinez. Raina Michelle Matthews. Paige Elizabeth Mattingly. Tristan Bradley McAdams. Thomas Patrick McClinchy. Taylor Brooke McKim. Dylan Anthony McNally. Jessica Serin Medina. Trenton Tracy Melton. Brianna Nicole Mills. Catherine Joanne Miller. Rachel Lynn Miller. David Anthony Milliron. Joshua Elbert Molinpa. Justin James Molinpa.
Avery Liam Bennis. Caden Michael Bennett. Sydney Danielle Burgle. Haley Marie Biggs. Abigail Faith Billings. Garrett Michael Billings. Gavin James Bistrom. Megan Emily Bloodsmith. Ryan Joseph Bomaredo. Stacy Leanne Bott. Russell Maxwell Branting. Abigail Renee Brassard. Keith Darnell Brooks. Jasper Rex Brown. Madeline Nicole Brown. Alexis Mariah Bryant Radabaugh. Alexa Caitlin Bugarin. Madison Ruche Burke. Andrea Maria Burkhart. Anthony Cabrera. Vanessa Nicole Cabrera. Samantha Ray Cahill. Noah Lawrence Cannon. Sean Longwang Gao. Cade Matthew Carlson. Janessa Marilyn Carpio. Jade Brelyn Cash. Abigail Marie Castro. Rachel Marie Shadez. Brandon Michael Shagnon.
Yuridia Montoya Ramos. Rachel Lee Moore. Connor Scott Morales. Hallie Mae Morgan. Michaela Beth Mull. Mariah Ann Munoz. Taylor Marie Munoz. Kyle Ryan Murphy. Whitney Elizabeth Nelson. Anne Marie Noel. Tyler Lynn Nolet. Ansel Reese Norman. Hallie Peyton Nunnally. Addison Eden O'Donnell. Trinity Kaya O'Malley. Devon Elizabeth O'Shea. Angelo Xavier Ochoa. Abari Lynn Oliver. Macy Leone May Ortiz. Brendan Ostrom. Savannah Victoria Rose Padilla. Emily Ann Palays. Manuel B. Palma. Mackenzie Lynn Palmer. Alfonso Alejandro Panigua. Dadrian Paul Paris. Abigail Pazee. Dylan Roger Peacock. Ingrid Galusny Pegaret. Taylor Emma Peltz.
Chek Hei Chan. Ivan Daniel Chavez. Caitlin Leanna Chu. Gavin Ronald Centella. Andrea Marie Cisneros. Derek Edward Kaufman. Michaela Deanne Colbert Jeffers. Nathaniel Aaron Collins. Elena Danielle Kominski. Taylor Lee Cook. Jesselina Isa Rosa Cordova. Anthony James Craven. Carissa Naylene Cruz. Haley Renee Cruz. Justin Matthew Cushing.
Margaret Grace Dancho. Alyssa Monica Davis. Garrett Christian Dottie. Meredith Nicole De La Torre Ramirez. Laura Mosqueda de Moraes. Harley Drake Decker. Samantha Riley Deem. Kaylee Lauren Deese. Ariana Renee Delgado. Samuel Delgado. Sean William Del Real. Sarah Ashley Dennison. Kurt Joseph Denning. Ryan Allen Derline. Emily Michelle Danon.
Derek Peng. Raul Ivan Perez. Valerie Perez. Victoria Perez. Avalon Pamela Margaret Peter. Susanna Claire Peterson. Elena Marie Petty. Wyatt Kenneth Peevler. Zachary Kevin Fannensteel. Tony Fan. Zachary Ty Piper. Alexis Morgan Panzio. Emily Dora Potter. Hunter Henry Brooks Powelson. Jocelyn Tobitha Pratt. Michael Ray Prince. Nicholas Allen Puglisi. Derek Robert Quarford. Jamie Marie Quarford. Andrew Quasenia Flores. Corinne Marie Quinn. Riley Louise Quinn. Caden Lee Quintana. Daniel Robert Quintana. Samuel Edward Quintana. Gavin Zane Ray Lell. Demi Elizabeth Rains. Yasmin Wright. Drew Ann Ralph. Khalees Jordan Ramirez.
Rayana Cinta Diva. Nolan Scott Dodson. Adam Michael Doe. Verania Guadalupe Dominguez Perez. McKelty Sage Dragoo. Logan Robert Lee Dreiling. Josie Renee Dudden. Brendan Rodolfo Dumlau. Ariel Linda Nicole Dunham. Peyton Leanne East. Hunter Cole Edelin. Mason James Edwards. Jessica Rose Ellis. Kira Lynn Ellison. Alex Christopher Erbsland. Mackenzie Danae Espinoza. Garrett Paul Evans. Alexander Michael Fee. Jasmine Isabel Ferguson. Jordan Marie Ferdig. Michael Ann Patricia Fetko. Ariana Marie Rose Fico. Charlotte Leahe Ofa Fieki. Cameron Paige Phillipsack. Samantha Joanne Fleming. Hugo Flores Ramirez. Caitlin McKenna Flynn. Brooke Avery Ford. Kylie Ann Forgrave. Brandon Tyler Slightly Foreman.
Desiree Twee Reeves. Ryan Nicholas Reefer. Callista May Ray. Jennifer Nicole Rendon. Dylan Michael Ridley. Jason Matthew Rieger. Cameron Cody Remenschneider. Angelo Julian Rivera. Elizabeth Ann Marie Robinson. Kathleen Marie Rodriguez. Ryan Douglas Rollins. Joseph Angelo Romero. Joseph David Romero. Trevor Richard Rose. Caitlin Sarah Ross. Christopher Ryan Ruby.
Kevin Sabas Gonzalez. Nicole Renee Salazar. Alejandro Ernesto Salazar Padilla. Rachel Olivia Sally. Jocelyn Sanchez. Tanner Jaya Sanders. Dane Alexander Sattler. Casey Brianna Sauer. Anna Ryan Shaw. Araya Janelle Scheibler Watson. Joshua Daniel Small. Gavin Lee Schneep. Andrew William Schreiber. Maxwell William Seymour.
Matthew James Francis. Tristan William Franks. Michael Anthony Fred. Evita Piper French. Brett Dean Ferrix. Adam Maximiliano Galindo. Samantha Renee Gannon. Alicia Danelle Garcia. Lauren Alexis Garcia. Riley Nicole Gargano. William Paul Garibay. Anthony Vincent Gerbino. Brandon Amir Malet Giassi. Michael Evan Gines. Matteo Girelli. Danielle Rose Glassley. Andrew Ronald Glover. Ginger Felicia Gonzalez. Bella Aurora Gonzalez Delgado. Ashton Taylor Grable. Justice Gething. Alec James Gurian. Alexander Lee Gutierrez. Donovan Charles Guzman. Jeanette Guzman. Jack Robert Hahn. Aaron Peter Halpern. Grant Marshall Hamilton. Stephen Houston Hamner. Brandon Michael Hansen.
Bennett Elizabeth Shapley. Jacob Andrew Sharp. Brandon James Shears. Brendan Christopher Sheehan. Daniel Lee Schumann. Kobe Matthew Shunt. Kendall Marie Sibley. Cameron Stanley Sedzik. Tears Brecken Sindelar. Gwyneth Gabriella Seppi. Chase Noble Smith. Kyle Alexander Smith. Trevor Cameron Smith. Christopher Daniel Snyder. Isaac Troy Solano. Colin Mikhail Solahub. Paxton Michael Sorensen. Autumn Faith Sorrentino. Ariana Elise Soto. Brizada Alondra Soto. Courtney Nicole Spencer. Stephanie Lynn Spencer. Phoenix Ray Spotke. Logan Ray Statter. Ethan Wilhelm Staley. Peyton Matthew Steiner. Jacob Cameron Stevens. Amanda Shea Steveson. Courtney Ann Stewart. Megan Taylor Stewart.
Caitlin Nicole Hansen. Kennedy Loren Harcourt. Cody Dean Harmon. Brianna Janae Hart. Austin Evan Harrell. Victoria Rianne Heath. Mason J. Hepp. Giselle Hermosillo Padilla. Teresa Elizabeth Hilfer. Emily J. Hill. Teen Win Ho. Jessica Lynn Hobbs. Dylan Matthew Haynes. Robert Lee Holyfield III. Hunter William Holt. Jacob Asher Holtorf. Caitlin Marie Hornbuckle. Quinn Vin Hua. Savian Ismael Hull. Amber Nicole Hurtado. Luke Darren Hymas. Abraham Eloy Infante. Chase Matthew Isaacs. Avery Marie Jackson. Joshua Gregory Jackson. Tyler Vincent Jacobs. Eve Claire Jacobson. Adonia Inez Jimenez. Alyssa Rayanne Jimenez. Sarah Catherine Johnson.
David William Steiner. Jordan Renee Stone. Camden Aaliyah Strain. Nathan Matthew Straub. Riley Strong. Caitlin Elizabeth Stuck.
Kylie Sarah Stephen. Haley Lynn Ann Sullivan. Lauren Elizabeth Sullivan. Michael Scott Sumner. Paul Michael Zvaldi. Jaden Alexis Swanskuski.
Allison Ray Tanberg. Brooke Caitlin Taylor. Victor Chang Tao. Hannah K. Vogt. Catherine Ann Tiemann. Carolyn Lee Thomas. Tabor Joseph Toms. Spencer Charles Threlkeld. Chase Thomas Troutwine. McKenna Lynn Troutwine. Cameron Reese Tracy. Jessica Andrea Trujillo. Joshua Matthew Trujillo. Ariana Yvette Ulibarri. Justice Jesus Valdez. Justin Danny Valdez. Candace Stephanie Vallejos. Madeline Faye Van Fleet.
Dacia Danae Johnson. Kelsey Ali Jones. Rachel Grace Jones. Reagan Jean Kennedy.
That's the name we read. That's the top. This is
Lauren Nicole Kettler.
Yes, that's the last.
Cole Christopher Kiefer. Nye Christina Kim. Kent James Koenig. Megan Rachel Kraus. Isabel Asia Kruger. Braylon Kinley Kuhn.
At least.
Skylar Grace Kukal. Ethan Lee Kupka. Abigail Jean Lockermeyer. Keenan Lakota. Kennedy Ray Lancaster. Haven Marie Langford. Joshua Michael Langley. Jonathan James Lard. Sharon Lau. Martin Larimbenko. Sorry. Alexander David Lawrence. Cheyenne Lee. Nicholas Sean Ba Chang Lang Lee. Elijah Levi Leishan. Antonella Francesca Liberati. Hong Shin Lean. Carissa Marie Lobb. Alvin Long. Kaylee Lohr. Kira? Is Kira? Is that Kira Lyde? Kira Lyde. Aiden Brock Lyde. Laux. Brendan Riley Laux. John Michael Lucas. Christian Antonio Lugo. Haley Nicole Vasey. Angelina Jaylene Patricia Vasquez. Anita Vinci Guerrera. Nadia Marie Vitella. Brandon Minton Vu. Leanne Garcia Vu. Dalton Paul Walmsley. Jackson Brody Wongard. Alexander James Watanabe. Austin Douglas Watts. Jeremiah Miles Whitson. Megan Lee Williams. Ariana Grace Wilson. Chelsea Marie Wilson. Tatum D. Winfrey. Haley Mae Winslow. Marin Delaney Wise. Ariel Grace Wisney. Eleni Grace Wolf. Ryan Michael Wood. Grace Fallon Wright Redard. Brittany Melanie Wu. Jaden Ray Wynn. Brianna Renee Young. Caitlin Ray Young. Sydney Jordan Zadarzny. Adhan Zapita. Kelly Zhang. Sorry.
No, you gotta make sure I had all
Zardonozy, Zardarosny. Shit.
I haven't done that yet.
All right, seniors, we're getting really close. Class of 2019, we've been honored to serve as your administrative team for the last 4 years. In this time, we have learned so much from you. You've taught us the true meaning of what it means to be a Hawk. During this time, we have laughed, cried, and experienced life together. In your honor, we have a very special tribute to your class today. We have our very own version of Jimmy Fallon's thank you notes. So if you don't mind, we've been running a little late because we've been planning graduation, but we'd like to write our very own thank you notes to the class of 2019. Caden, can you help us out by giving us a little thank you note writing music?
Thank you, seniors, for your numerous senior ditch days. Perhaps you could teach next year's class to eliminate a few.
Thank you, seniors, for raking in the dough with over $8 million in scholarship money earned.
Thank you, seniors, for your spiritedness at athletic events, for leaving your camo gear, your cowbells, and your sound system at home for graduation.
Thank you, seniors, for your amazing leadership in athletics, the arts, and academics. You set the stage and the standard high for all future Horizon Hawks.
Thank you, seniors, for entertaining us in the lobby each day. Who will fill the void of arguing with us about your IDs, your dress code, and your tardies?
Thank you, seniors, for your generous leadership and leaving a legacy of service. Your big idea projects and community work have impacted many students and families in across our district.
Thank you, seniors, for your creative attempt at a series of senior pranks. Everything from big balloons, to parking in the staff lot, to stealing other schools' rugs. Please keep ours here.
Thank you, seniors. seniors for always showing up when free food is offered at athletic events. We can always count on you, especially if Chick-fil-A is being served at a baseball game. Largest attendance ever.
But in all seriousness, seniors, thank you for having a significant impact on Horizon High School. We are so proud of everything you have accomplished and are excited to be celebrating you today. During today's ceremony, we are also honored to be recognizing a couple of amazing teachers who are graduating with you. Let's hear a special shout out for Kathy Davenroy, Lisa Durant, Ed Taylor, and Melba Woods. They are incredible educators who I know are also proud to be part of the class of 2019. We love you all more than words can say and know that you will make a lasting impression on the world before you. So before you head off into the horizon, get the pun? With a future so bright, we know you're going to need some shades. So we have one last request. Grab the sunglasses from underneath your seat, and we're gonna take one selfie of the entire senior class together. So on the count of 3, we're gonna say Hawk Pride and take a picture. Ready? Okay, 1. My sticker's on there, sorry. 2, 3. Hawk Pride. All right, so staff, if you could now help us send off the senior class and band, we want to send you off with an amazing rendition from our band. Thank you so much, and remember, you have to go up top to get your diplomas. Way to go, class of 2019. Sorry. I got a little excited for you. We have one last thing. Your student body president has to do one last ceremonial thing. Hang on.
Thank you. Guys, this is it. We are almost done. In just a minute, we will officially be graduating from the school we have walked the halls of for the past 4 years of our lives. But before that happens, I would like to thank you all for giving me the chance to represent you guys as class president. You have all impacted me in one way or another, and I can't wait to see what life has in store for some of the most dedicated, personable, and diligent students. After this, keep surprising people, keep making people proud, and in the words of Abraham Lincoln, whatever you are, be a good one. Will the graduating class of 2019 please rise? Oh, God. On the count of 3, we will turn our tassels from right to left, signifying our graduation. 1, 2, 3.